confusing every time. As you guys have seen, the left path has been covered in muddy footprints that you now realize below you is mud. The right path seemingly leading somewhere, but not as interesting as the left. What do you guys want to do?
Definitely go to the left.
All right. Follow that left path, girl. Get on over there to the other side. As you guys walk down, following the tracks, you see one of them kind of veers off to the right. It's slowly fading, so you have a harder time looking at it and finding it and seeing it, keeping an eye on it. But there is definitely one that goes off to the right. The majority of them follow on to the left. From the right, you can hear like just a small humming, small guitar strumming as you approach. There seems to be light spilling out from the cavern to your right, or the hallway to your right, rather. What do you guys do?
Gotha looks at Fora, and he just like has this puzzled look on his face, and then he looks at the crack on the right and says, "That does not belong here." Light and music in a cave.
Roll me a perception check, Elspeth.
Okay.
It's a loot.
Well, that's a loot, of course. Is it now? She doesn't see a loot. She hears it, right?
You hear the loot, yeah.
Hear the loot. And it's going from this way, you said? From down here?
Yeah, from down there.
Bora wants to immediately pursue where this loot is coming from.
Yeah, you as you come down, you see a cavern with a broken, like a small area with a broken door, as if it was at one point guarding the entrance to this small little offset path here. In front of you, you immediately see a lantern lighting up the room, or should be lighting up the room. Apparently, you guys can't see that. My bad. And on one of the crates next to a bunch of bottles is a massively large assassin. Holy shit! Sorry.
What the?
Sorry, that was a lot bigger than I thought. Thank you, Roll20, for making your tokens incredibly large.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
As you round the corner and talking and speaking, that's a loot. The music immediately stops, and a small, could be small enough to be a halfling man looks up and, oh, Talon greets you. How are you? Come, join. I've run out of the rum, but he continues to strum again. Hello, how are you? Talon is me.
You're Talon. And then she tries to climb over the crate and is like, oh.
Yeah, that's just like a broken down door. Sorry, just laying on the ground. It's kind of pieces of a door. To your left, you see a beautiful.
She's very wary right now.
Yeah.
She's standing right behind Gotho. Who is this guy?
Gotho's stopped with his sneaking posture, and now he's just standing up, to his full posture in front of the guy, and he's just doing he's staring at him, but it's not like the intense intimidation stare. It's more like the blank, I'm looking at you.
Yeah. Hello, hi. Who are you? And he points to you. He says, Talon. Talon is me. Who are you?
Gotho is me.
Ah. Good morning, Gotho. A fine day. Who is your bardic friend over there? I see that loot. Do you play as well? Would you like to play?
And she's obviously just eyeing his loot, and of course she wants to play. She says, no, thank you. I have my own. We're curious what you are doing holed away in this cave.
I believe it is a babber-fasted, flabbergasted tale of a story. Come sit down, and I will... Again, sorry, all I've got is lantern oil, but not sure a big one. Would you drink lantern? Let me... Talon is I. He quickly corrects himself. And you guys have noticed now that he only talks in third person. Save for the occasional I. Almost as if he's trying to deceive you. For a roll an insight check really quick.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Oh, there you go. As he just looks like a perfectly normal dude that stumbles on his words, and Well, I was something of a father to this group of ragtag refugees. I led them from Greyholm. We came over by boat and found
Gotho
ourselves...
interrupts him mid-sentence and points. He just like raises his arm and points back down the cave and says, "Many footprints. Troll came here.
Aye.
Where is it?"
That is the flabbergasted tale. The troll is deeper down in the cavern. The refugees, they were attacked. You see, I had sensed that there were people in the city of Menengothe, and I set a foot from the camp, made my way there, and it seems the people I was tracking were killed. I made it there not a moment after the killers, it seems. Once I made my way back in the morn, the whole camp was gone, not for signs of a scuffle. And I see we're both now in the cavern of this dastard beast. It seems they've gone after him.
Follow other men here.
Yes, the footprints. I see you found them too then. I fear they've gone further down into the cavern, and I, for the life of me, cannot figure out...
So why you stop here playing music?
Talon cannot figure out what to do. I cannot face a troll. Talon would never face a troll. They're massive.
Other men are facing troll.
Do you hear the sounds of battle?
Not yet.
I do believe they've been gone half a day. Gotho, was it? I fear they've suffered a fate that meeting with a troll could produce. He just continues to strum and strum and strum.
Hearing now that it's been half a day, Gotho looks at Fora and says, "We are too late."
We might be, but I can't. Will you stop playing the bloody lute? I can't think.
Sorry. It is all I can do to calm myself.
I understand, but this is a very serious situation.
Indeed.
I can't understand why you are back here playing your instrument when there are clearly people out there. These are fresh tracks.
About half a day old, correct? But Talon would not face a troll alone.
You will come investigate with us, whether you want to or not.
Gotho looks at Talon and then says, "Half a day. Men are already dead. So why you stay here making noise? You don't think troll come for you?"
My friend, there's a large crevice, ravine, whatever it might be. I don't think the troll can get by it. I certainly don't think the troll uses this area to enter the cave. It looks like the refugees, my fellows, they had actually torn down a rock wall with leftover pickaxes to get down this way, and I just can't for the life of me figure out what to do. They were my friends. I was to watch over them. What does one do after that? I could not bear to see them.
To speak to Gotho in Infernal and just goes, "I don't trust this man."
When she prompts him with the "I don't trust him" thing, Gotho's like now, I guess, trying to determine if this guy's being truthful and like using an insight check on him.
Yeah, roll me an insight check. As you speak, whoa, oh, my goodness, that's quite a language. He looks like he's telling the truth.
When she says that,
yeah. Oh, go ahead.
When she says that and he does the insight check, he's actually now staring at him, but it's like his focus is now he's staring through his red eye instead of his brown eye while he's doing this.
He looks like he's telling the truth. It could be the alcohol he's drinking, but he's got a somber face on, but also looks confused and frightened. You can't get the best of reads on him, but it looks like he's showing compassion.
Gotho answers her and says,
"I think he's telling the truth. I think he's just a lazy idiot. And it looks like we're too late. There's no point in going to fight a troll if all the humans are already dead. We should get his information and leave."
"Why don't we take him with us?"
"Why? He'd slow us down."
Yeah, just be over here.
Perhaps he can point us in the right direction.
He's just strumming on.
Yeah, Gotho's gonna turn back to him and speaking English. Like he's looking at him and now talking to. I guess it's hard to tell who he's addressing. He's like talking somewhere between Fora and that guy, like kind of looking at the rest of the room instead, and says, "What of the hand?"
As you say that, he immediately like his eyes just you'll stop playing the lute, looks up at you. Hi. What of it?
Tell me, what do you know?
And he kind of you see like his gaze has immediately shifted into a more serious, anxious. Who asks?
Gotho is asking.
But for what purpose, my friend Gotho?
Gotho actually now looks kind of confused, and he looks back at Fora and says, what purpose?
Wait, remember? We need to find this out. For the kingly guy.
Ah,
the one who wanted us to do this.
Are you here on behalf of the Duke?
Ah, yes. Duke. Yes.
Do you work for him?
Gotho was here on behalf of the Duke. Gotho is now here on behalf of a dead friend, and you will answer.
Fora just nods and goes, "Ooh, that's good. Yes, that's a good one."
I do not know about a dead friend. I appear to have many of them, so I understand. But why the hand? Peculiar. Really quick, Fora, make a deception check.
Oh, okay. My God.
Okay.
My
As he immediately looks past you and he says, "You, tiefling, show me your left shoulder.
Why?
Show me it or die."
And when he says that, Gotho like physically steps between them.
He immediately
No,
is just like you see him like immediately start like his shoulders they're not sunken anymore. They're immediately rigid. He's staring at you, kind of leaning past. Show me your left shoulder. I see that dagger. Show me your left shoulder. Prove you're not one of them.
Gotho is okay. And she just kind of
Yeah.
just past her clothes,
yeah.
shows him her left shoulder.
He says, I don't think they've changed the rules. And he kind of like sits there for a moment, just like completely ignores you, looking up. No, it was 20 years, 30, no. No, okay. You seem fine. And he turns for a moment and pulls down his cloak, and you see the emblem of the same emblem that you had seen on the note that you found on the assassins. And he just, lucky for you. So, why do you ask about the hand?
Gotho sits down, like he steps closer to the guy and sits down cross-legged in the middle of the room. And he doesn't gesture for the other guy to join him. He just sits there and is looking up at him. And you said this guy's really short, right?
Yeah, he's about like 4.5 feet tall. Yeah.
Okay. So Gotho in his seated posture is actually still about the same height. So he's just looking straight across at him and says, Gotho was made. Then Gotho wandered. Then army found Gotho. Army took Gotho. Gotho join army. Gotho raid a city. Gotho run from city. Gotho end up in other city. And now, army call Gotho deserter. Army try to kill Gotho and Jody and Fora. Instead, Gotho kill them. Hand tried to kill us. Gotho killed them too. Now, Gotho needs to know what is hand, where is it.
So,
and he stops.
You were the ones that killed them, then.
Gotho kind of points at himself, like he's taking credit for it.
Yeah.
And says, Gotho is the one who killed them.
1 sec. Give me a deception check. You don't have to beat much. Wow, it's actually a tie. Ah!
Well, to be fair, Gotho's not being deceptive. Like
Yeah.
in his own mind, he did
Okay.
the majority of the damage.
Yeah, it's just a switch or a quick face-off roll. I could be. I did see marks of what looked like punches. Did you? And one suffered a great fall, for I do not know how. I seen the impact, but
Gotho smiles when he says that.
and he just kind of like gives you a knowing look, just But there was one dagger missing, and I see I found the dagger.
Gotho produces the dagger that he took.
Ah, I see there too. Perhaps it's been a while. Maybe they carry 3 now. And he kind of takes it from you, and immediately you just see him like start to just flip it around his fingers with ease, and just spent many a year with these. Have my own, and he pulls the other one out with his right hand and starts to flip that one, just kind of seamlessly, like it almost as if the handle just is like butter across the top of his fingers. It slides, and then he does a quick throws the right one up in the air, catches it with his thumb, and kind of quickly flips it over and catches them both in his left hand. Fine steel, always curved, exactly 4.5 inches. Handle made of tar, leather, mixed together, burned in acid, and then dipped again. Steeled in fire.
Hand could not get real swords.
Ah, my friend, the hand does not use swords. We use daggers. We prefer nothing else. Strange of Talon to say we, but has been many a year. I left the hand, and let me tell you, my friend, you don't leave the hand. And upon seeing and hearing of their activity of late, I decided it'd be best to not venture into the town, but when I felt the presence of 3, not 2, but 3 new additional hand, I had to go investigate. You must be something fierce if you took them all out on your own.
Gotho used one man to kill the other man.
That was the impact. Ha! He must have been like a missile man. Funny.
I can't keep a straight face on that one.
I couldn't not. I'm sorry. But why do you ask me about them? I've already told that blithering duke he's not going to die. There's only been 3 of his fellow whatevers of the council of whatever that have died. Talon does not work for hire anymore. He's not going to seek out the hand. Has he instead put you on the path?
Gotho looks back at Fora at this point and says, Gotho does not know what else to ask.
I feel like you've pretty much covered everything except this man. You were a part of the hand, but
Yes.
yet you are here in a cave while the hand is still active. What exactly happened with you?
I fell in love, and I couldn't let it go. So I left. And like I said, you don't leave the hand. Like, he has like this big smile on his face as he said it. Almost as if he's like bragging every time that he got out of it. I came to Virhin. I took up root at Greyholm as a soldier. I never looked back.
What do you mean you came to fear him? Who's him?
Virhin, the continent we're on right now. Virhin, this place.
Oh, I thought you
Virhin.
said fear him.
No.
I'm sorry. I can't understand you after I took a bit of a fall. I think my eardrums must have broken or something. So how exactly, how have you been living in this cave for half a day? You have just been here the whole time? You haven't even ventured out?
Yes, I checked down the path. I saw the crevice. I assumed that they passed some other way, and, well, knowing the troll couldn't pass this way, I'm not one to take a troll on by my own. If you go over there, you'll find the same crevice the blasted flabbergasted bridge is broken. Talon can't cross a goddamn broken bridge, and didn't want to go the other way. And I didn't hear anything. They're dead. It's a sadness. And I found this cave and taken to the drink.
You are so sure you can kill Fora and Gotho, but you are so scared of a troll.
I know where the arteries on a man are, not a troll.
But do you know where the arteries on Gotho are?
I could probably figure it out. You have a neck. That is usually where the man bleeds the most from. I see one of you have had that practice.
Gotho's reaching up and is confirming that he does in fact have a neck. Like he's feeling there for a second.
Yeah. Yes, right there. Normally it slides right across. One of you, looking like her blade, has already come across a neck. You saw what it could do. That's typically more my style, is quick and easy.
Trolls have necks.
That is true. You've got me there. I can't do much about that. Forgive me for not wanting to face a troll on my own. I'll tell you what.
Gotho would not want to face a troll on his own either. Gotho does not really want to face a troll at all.
Aye, neither do
but
I.
if we do not, troll will eat other men.
Find me my missing survivors with me, and I will tell you where we can find the hand. I don't know why there are 5, or were 5. Thank you again for that. I thought they were coming for me. Again, you don't escape the hand. Did the Duke tell you why there are more hand coming to the city?
Gotho cannot even leave the 9th, let alone the hand.
Chauvel.
Duke told us nothing.
But he's afraid to die. Did he hit you with that line?
He thinks hand will come for him.
Yeah. I mean, it is true, systematically we crumble the leadership by going for the head first and then the tails, which are usually his council of whatever the fuck he calls it, but Talon, rather. I can't see why the Duke would have to worry. He's surrounded by guards 24/7. He's made that clear. The hand wouldn't be able to get in there. They're safe for, well, I mean, he could come in through a window and go through the back hole and the main hole. Yeah, but he's relatively safe.
Gods have necks.
They do. But they also have dogs. It's not quite sure. Not a job I'd take. But, I mean, if you're in the hand, you're forced to take it. But 5? 5? He didn't say anything about 5. 3 more in one night. Just popping. He's not that hard, but, I mean, you could get. I don't know. Anyways, you dealt with them.
If you had survivors, which way would they go?
They'd go down the hall, to the right.
Down the hall. To the right.
Past the crevice, probably to the large open room where you can hear the fucking thing snoring.
And if we find your survivors, do they need to be alive or do they need to be dead in order for you to help us?
I mean, I'd just love to find them, preferably alive. They are my friends, but again, I'm not one to take on a troll.
Gotho stands up as he says that and says, Gotho help you kill troll. You tell Gotho everything about hand.
Jesus Christ, man, are you ready? Look at you. That's 4 times your size. I mean, I know you threw a man at another man and made him a missile man, but what? This is a troll. You can't throw a troll.
Spider was bigger than Gotho, too.
Is he always this brave?
Well, doesn't really know any other way, I don't think.
Interesting.
Gotho just kind of looks back and forth between the two of them for a second and then looks back at Fora and says, brave.
Brave. Like, looking into the face of your own fear and standing up to it when you really don't want to, but you know that you have to.
That is Gotho's life.
It is Gotho's life. But I think in this case, I don't think it would be wise to face a troll. I think we just need to find your friends and not fight it. I think it would be very, very bad situation.
We find the friends, and everyone fight troll. One big troll cannot kill 8 little ones.
Well, there were 125, but you see, the troll was attacked previously. That's why we set up the wall. And if the troll did attack, we'd burn the wall and then fell more trees. I'm afraid we woke the troll with the felling of the trees. One fell down into the cavern, and I'm sure you crossed the bridge with the spiders, and we've killed our fair share. And
Stop.
it's welcome. Yeah.
Troll does not like fire.
No, that is it's fire and that's acid, something of the sort. Our go-to was to throw torches onto the barrier and scare away the troll, and that was how we've survived for the past 2 months. After some idiot woke it up.
This room that they're in, what's it illuminated by?
A lantern. It is a flame-lit lantern. Before you ask. And there's like 4 vials of like lantern oil just off to the rightish of him, or the leftish.
That's what Gotho's looking for. So he just points at the multiple vials full of oil.
Yeah.
And says, "Fire water."
In theory, it could work.
Theory, that's a great idea, Gotho. Coral wants to immediately go over to the oil.
Gotho's claiming them without really asking permission. He's just picking up all of the oil containers.
Yeah. As you like walk over for, you now see like there's a beautiful like just gold statuette just sitting out in front of the lantern. He doesn't pay any mind to it as you guys go and reach for the lantern. So you guys pick up the lantern?
He's taking the 4 vials of oil.
Yeah.
And then, rather than take the lantern, Gotho's producing one of his own unlit torches from his bag and just ignites that instead.
Four will take the lantern.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we have a deal. And he spits on his hand and reaches out to you, Gotho. Hi.
Gotho doesn't recognize the gesture, so he just stares down at the hand.
You.
Do we have you shake?
And the torch is in his right hand anyway.
You have your hands. Never mind. Symbol of what? Lead the way.
Gotho mimics the motion, but with his left hand, just kind of has his in front of the other guys, like a mirror image.
He just he kind of like flips his hand over and like presses it against your hand and just kind of like moves his hand up and down. You can feel like the sliminess of his spit just kind of like all over the back of your hand, and he just takes it away. I think that will do. You lead the way.
Little man is funny.
Ha! Should hear me after a few or more. After a few more. I've had a few.
Gotho's looking down at Talon's feet, just looking to see if he has like the typical wide halfling feet or human feet.
He has halfling feet.
The Talon is not a man.
I mean, I stand here, do I not?
Not human man.
No, Talon, rather, is a halfling. Yes, get your short jokes out if you need to. I'm one step under the rest. I get it. Short stack, they all called me it. But they can't see halflings as easy as they can see a man. And he just kind of goes to move on. Do you guys follow, or do you guys want to stay in here?
We'll
Gotho follows him and says, Gotho has no short jokes. Gotho does not have any normal jokes.
We'll have to teach you one day. Knock, knock. These guys are walking.
Knock, knock.
Yes. Funny. That was hilarious. Very funny. As you see,
will never understand jokes.
You with the torch or lantern, you lead the way. Up here is the. Here's what it is, and the tracks they lead over here, to the right or to the left. You could shimmy across the cavern there, but... And he looks across and he sees Jody's body and goes, oh. Looks up. Well, nasty fall. Well, anyway, so they're around the corner here. That's at least where they went. Up here. You guys want to continue on? Just keep on keeping on?
Yeah.
Fora wants to kind of stop and look at Jody's body.
Mm.
You know, just kind of in reverence. She wants to just kind of say like a little.
Can I just point out that literally Curse disconnected me for being idle right as you said there's Jody's body. Really ironic. I'm still here.
Gotho's not now standing there, and he's kind of realizing where he's standing in relation to where they were before.
Yeah, this is the exact same.
And then looks at Fora and realizes, like, this is the place we just climbed down.
Yeah, you immediately recognize your surroundings. It is the exact same cavern. You're standing in the exact same spot. Your blood's still kind of there on the floor. He just kind of, like, lightly steps over it, not trying to muck up his shoes. Talon, that is. But, well, it's down here. Oh, we should probably keep our voices, try and be a little sneakier, would we? We're getting close-ish. He's gonna roll a stealth check.
Gotho looks back at Fora and says, "Can Fora make fire?"
Fora cannot make fire.
Mm.
But we do have the oil and we do have the lantern.
We make a trap.
A trap?
Mm-hmm. And then he looks at Talon and says, "How far is Troll?"
There's well, I haven't been this far. All I know is it's over on the other side of that crevice, that cavern. That's where the troll is. That's where the footsteps continue. It seems they go this way. I'm not sure. Not sure. There's a large open area.
Gotho,
you lead the way.
Gotho, like, reaches into his bag and he pulls out what is a fairly large bear trap.
Where the fuck did you get a bear trap?
It's in my Outlander background. It says you start with a hunter's trap in your inventory.
Okay.
So
all right.
Gotho, like, I'm sitting here, like, looking through what I have, and I was like, what can we use? And then I saw this, and I was like, oh, I wish I'd noticed this earlier. But Gotho just pulls out a giant freaking bear trap.
Okay.
And says, "We make trolls stand on this. We burn it."
Probably a little too small for his feet, but if it theoretically we could put the lantern inside the trap with the fire on the outside and the oil, and the bear trap breaks it and lights him. It could work. It could work. Perfect. You're a genius, Gotho.
Genius.
It's smart. Good job.
Okay.
Right, carry on, lead the way. I will follow. It's kind of like, you notice him now for, like, he's kind of, like, wobbling a little, like, from all of the, it looks like, presumably all the bottles that he had left behind. Just wobbling a little bit now as he falls back behind, going into a small drunken state.
We are following a drunk halfling in a cave with a troll.
Technically, we're following, the men up front. I'm fine. And as you guys, are you going that way, Gotho, or?
He looked that way for a second, but he's now looking at this gash in the floor to figure out what it is.
Okay. Just really quickly, while you were, like, over there, or while you're looking over there, you see, like, on the ground, over there, you see, like, on the ground, there's, like, this very large, perfectly carved out, rut in the floor. It looks like a path or something. And there's a couple of, like, muddy footprints that travel down that. But the crack in the ground just seems like about not even half a foot across. And I'd say about 3 feet deep. Like, you can just see down. It just looks like there's something that's, like, the land has just been sundered, probably by something moving underneath or whatever might happen in the caves between rocks and caverns. That's all you can kind of discern.
Okay.
And
How
Talon-
is
oh.
this gash in the ground hindering our movement at all? Or can
Oh
I
no,
just
no,
step
you're
over
fine.
it?
Yeah, it's like half a foot wide. As you're looking at Talon, oh, there's footprints over here, and the looks like water travels down. It could be water. Do you guys want to drink?
Gotho's looking at the ridge in the ground that you said looks like a track.
Yeah.
And then he
Yeah.
he grabs Talon by the shoulder and like turns him so that he's looking at it. Even if he's already looking at it, he's just like makes doubly sure that he's looking at it and
Yeah.
says, "What is that for?"
I don't know. I haven't been this way. I didn't see the footprints here before. It looks like it goes down further south. Also goes up north as he looks the other way. Not sure. That seems odd.
Gotho's stepping up to the north side
Okay.
to kind of investigate this dead end area.
Yeah. It as you look up, like you see. Actually, roll me a perception check really quick to know what you see fully. Looking down at the rut in the floor, you can see like it's a little rough, but it's almost like crazily symmetrical. It just ends about 4 feet in front of you, and there's nothing really else to notice. There's, it just seems like a smooth rut that starts about 4 feet in front of you, and as you look behind you, it just seems to carry on down the hallway.
Gotho does not know what this is, but it went this way.
You guys follow it down?
Yeah,
Okay.
Gotho's walking south on this cavern.
Okay, yeah. As you approach, you see like a small set of doors, and right through the doors are open. The rut leads directly into what looks like a small like crater. Roll me a perception check again. You can see against the wall. There's like the stones of the wall behind this chest that you see in the middle of the crater are cracked and like rough, as if something has repeatedly hit it. But as you kind of look throughout the room, you peer in the doorway. It
Wait,
seems
it repeatedly hit what?
as if something has repeatedly hit the wall, and also the crater in the ground there. It is, as you kind of go, you realize now as well as you look around, you're on like a downward slope. There seems to be a little water like pooling in the crater, but there's just a chest with a small lock on it, right in the middle of the crater. Off to the right, there's like some pieces of armor, some arrows, a small like broken shield. Looks like something as heavy has hit it repeatedly. Some gold coins laying about. What do you guys want to do?
Gotho's gonna enter this little room through the door, but
Okay.
he's more focused on looking at the ceiling and walls to like.
Yeah.
He's getting claustrophobic, so he's basically
Okay.
like being wary of traps and such as he enters the room.
Yeah, give me an investigation check if you want to check for traps. As you're doing that, Talon walks. Oh my! Chest. I should have gone this way before. I could have gotten it before you guys. He looks at you. You go though, just your like stone face. Never. Okay, well, I mean, we could have it now. You don't find anything in here, save for like a small lever on the wall to your left. It looks dusty, couple cobwebs on it. Nothing important other than a lever. As you kind of palm around it, you don't pull on it, but palm around it. There's no slits for arrows to come out or anything where like blades could come out. Fora, do you want to do anything?
Fora has just been kind of looking around the cave, making sure that no one else is following them.
Okay.
She doesn't want to attract any attention, essentially. So she's grouped up, but she's also kind of like just leaning on the wall, looking. Yeah. She's not really interested in the treasure or anything else that might be over there.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a perception check just to look around, see if anyone's following.
For everybody else.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything as you look like up the hallway. You can't really see too much or see too far, but you can't see much. Nobody's there. No creepy figures hiding around the corner. And as you're looking, you kind of like startled by like a clang. It's like sounds like, oh no, Sorry. Looks like he's dropped like a small helmet trying to put it on. Seems doesn't fit. Whatever. And he just throws it on the ground with a loud clang. Moves on to the next object in the pile.
Brotatoe thought little halflings were supposed to be sneaky.
Well, yes, it stumbled. My hands are sweaty. I'm sorry, I've had a few. I will be quiet.
Gotho's looking at the chest.
Yeah.
And then he looks at Talon and says, Talon can open box. And points at the chest.
Yes, well, come in, come here, Gotho, come here, watch Talon at work, will you? And as he, like, moves down to the chest, do you guys want to, like, form a small little crowd around the chest as he tries to brag, or what do you want to do?
Gotho's, like, staying far enough back that if it's a freaking bomb, that he's not gonna blow up. And he's also... But Gotho's actually more...
Yeah, we're not going Raiders of the Lost Ark in this chest here for us staying back.
Gotho's actually just kind of maintaining a position where he can look out the door to the north in case something comes after us, so we don't get cornered in here.
Okay, cool. All right, he's gonna take out some thief tools and just kind of cockily look back. Ha! Have this open in a jiffy. He kind of thumbs through it. You hear the clink, clink, clink. Nope. Sorry, it's been a while. You don't do this much in the city guard. And clink, clink, whoosh, as it snaps up. Ah! There we go. He just kind of throws the chest open, not really thinking. Oh, look, we've got, oh, wow, there's a few things. Big man, you might like this. As he just kind of, like, pulls something out.
Now Gotho's paying attention to make sure he doesn't, like, pocket anything.
Yeah, you see, he kind of, like, picks up what looks like a dusty, like, scroll, just kind of throws it over his shoulder. Not a scholar. Throws another one over his shoulder. Ooh, hey, he holds a potion up, like, hey, you need this? Maybe, possibly. What
kind of potion is it? Do you know?
It's red. It's a potion of healing. It is typically what we imbibe to feel better, right?
Yes, please.
He hands one to both of you. You guys now have one potion of 1d8 healing.
Yo, Fora's gonna chug it immediately.
Okay.
Because she's still feeling, like, horrible.
Yeah, roll me 1d8. You get 7 health back. As you immediately... Whoa! No stopping her. Does she do that with everything she drinks? I would love to drink with her. You feel yourself immediately feel better. Like, you feel some of the cuts start to close. And he's... Oh, hip. Big man, you might want to look at this. Is it kind of too heavy for me? Did you go and investigate?
Yeah, Gotho's moved up at this point, and he's just looking over his shoulder as he digs through the box.
As they're like investigating, he pulls out a flat note. Just hey, look at this. Let me see if I can do this. Let me know if you guys get this. Show to everyone. Boosh. You guys see that?
Yep.
All right, cool. As he shows it to all of you, you guys can see. He reads it out loud. The mind's thirst catches another. You really should have read this first. Now we'll see about that thirst. What the fuck? The potions. I'm not good at rhyming. No, he's not. Look behind you and roll me a perception check really quick. Okay. You hear like a noise go through, but looking down the hallway, you can't see anything. Cora?
Knew I shouldn't have walked away from the door.
Cora? Give me that perception check. As you look up the hallway, you hear like a... And then a... As you see, like, about 60 feet up the cavern, a large stone ball is rolling. With every rotation, picking up speed. What do you guys want to do?
I didn't want to go Indiana Jones on this.
What do you guys want to do?
I said.
How big is the ball?
It's big enough the ball is literally big enough to fit through this doorway and fit down this hallway.
Okay.
Can we get to the side? Can we like hug the wall or anything?
Roll me an investigation check if you think you just see if you think you could do that.
Jesus.
You can't really get an idea of it. Gotho, you kind of like look at the ball really quick because you can see it now, and Talon's like, oh my, I really should have read this first. And you can see that that's coming in. It's filling the entire room. There's barely enough for even Talon to slip through.
Okay. The pit that the chest is in, how deep is the pit?
It's like a foot deep. It's enough where you can kind of get the sense that this is exactly where the ball impacts in this room right here.
But like the chest itself is like in a hole, right? Or at least it looks that way on.
Yeah, it's like a small crater of where the ball would land and crash into the wall is what you can now piece together. As you back up, like trying to push yourself back, bumping into the lever, trying to like move your shoulders around it, and you guys presumably like Talon immediately backs up against the wall. Possibly.
So Gotha grabs the chest.
Okay.
Inverts the contents of it into the little hole that it's on.
Okay.
Throws it out in the hallway, like through the little opening, and then slams the lever down.
Okay. As you pick it up really quickly, you quickly jump out the contents, feeling the boulder come closer and closer and closer, feeling the ground shake under you. A warhammer falls out. A bunch of silver coins fall out. You just see money raining everywhere as you quickly grab the lever and it won't budge. Roll me a strength check really quick. As the lever closes or goes down immediately, the doors to the hallway immediately they close shut, and you just hear a muffled with a loud, deafening crash as the ball crashes into presumably the wall. You see the rocks in front of it. They splinter, they crack. A large crack going from the wall through to the frame, through to the wall behind you, through to the lever. And then silence. And then you hear... slowly... as it gets further and further away.
Gotho like lifts the lever back up.
Yeah. The doors immediately... They open. You can see the ball now just retreating, as if on its own, just going back up to wherever it might have came, which you can now piece together was at the top of the hallway. And Talon, whoa, why he's
it enchanted?
He's smart. Wow,
Cool. Gotho has never seen balls that roll uphill.
It has to be enchanted. Someone has to be controlling it.
Gotho's looking at the pile now because everything that was in the box is now piled on the floor, and I assume the box was smashed into splinters when he threw it out the door.
No, it looks perfectly intact.
Oh, so
it's just it's kind of like on the side of the hallway now. It would be, if I can actually control this. Of course I can't. It would be about over here now, just kind of sideways. Like you can see the stone itself has actually been pushed in from the box, as if there is something on there that it will not break.
Oh, okay. So the box is stronger than the stone wall.
It's like a diamond going into metal, like when from a compress. Like it's pushed perfectly in this small little chest-shaped hole in the wall. Roll me an Arcana check, Elspeth, and you go, Gotho. Let me know.
Okay.
What were you saying?
Gotho just looks at the chest and then looks back at them and says, "Wizards."
Hi, somebody with a cool joke, it seems. This was an old mine shaft, presumably a meeting place of ruffians in a smuggling ring. Not sure. Possibly something left behind. It wasn't me, I assure you. I haven't been this way. Why, I wouldn't risk my life getting my treasure that I had already placed. It wasn't me, I can assure you of that. I am no wizard.
Should we go back the way we came, or do you think this rock is going to try and kill us again?
Gotho thinks box talk to rock.
I concur.
Oh, you think it was a trap?
Yes, of course, it was a trap.
Gotho gives her this disappointing, "Are you serious?" look.
He holds, like, Talon at the same time, like, holds the note out. Look, said, you should have read this first. It was a trap. It was a cruel joke. Meant to squish you for silver. Ooh, silver. And potions and scrolls. He, like, just passes the scrolls off the ground over to you, Fora. Do you care to look, or you just want to, like, throw them away?
No, she wants to look.
Okay. As you open it, give me just, like, one quick Arcana check to check both of them. Yeah, as you open the one, faint scrawling, scribbling, something like, reminiscent of a rune on the paper, faintly glowing, just with this somewhat blue light. The first scroll that you have is a scroll of Disguise Self, and the second spell scroll is of Acid Arrow. And while you're kind of staring at the scrolls and focusing and kind of trying to pick out differences in the air of magical energies, you sense another thing from the small pit that the chest was in, that also is just kind of vibrating almost with magical power.
Fora wants to just leave the room.
Okay. Gotho, what are you doing?
Gotho's picking up that warhammer,
Mhm.
and he's kind of holding it in one hand,
Yeah.
and comparing it to the giant club in his other hand, like hefting them to see which one looks like it hits harder and is easier to maneuver.
Yeah. You.
And in the end, he just settles on taking both.
Yeah, you can tell, just as a heads up, all those potions are 1d8 healing. Do you guys,
How many of those were there?
there was 3 of them, so 1 for each of you. And you held in your hands, inspecting it, you can feel like a slight vibration in your hands, as if it's like, not as if it's trying to escape from you, but as if it's just like this warm feeling, slight movement. You have a +1 Warhammer now. If you want, I can add that to your character sheet.
Yeah, if you could do that, that'd
I
be
got
awesome.
you.
I noticed, I actually looked it up in the manual while I was waiting and saw it's versatile too, which is great.
Oh,
So
is
I can
it? Oh, shit.
Yeah, so it's just like the quarterstaff. It makes a good replacement for switching between 1- and 2-handed swings.
So I just gave you like an incredibly overpowered weapon.
Yes, yes, you did.
Why
Because
isn't
it does
that-
1d10 damage with a 2-handed swing.
Yeah,
that working?
1d10.
Hello? Hello? It's not adding to your character sheet, which is really frustrating me. I've already forgotten how to add things to character sheet. Oh, I have to add it to your equipment. That's why. That's why. All right, there you go. You have a +1 Warhammer now. And Talon kind of picking up some of the coins in the pit. Ooh, arrows! I don't use a bow. Do you use a bow, Gotho? Do you use a bow? You want these? He just kind of like
No.
throws them at you. Farah! Where'd she go? Farah?
Oh, sorry, I'm not here. What?
Do you use a bow?
Oh,
The arrows?
no.
No?
No, I do not.
Okay, we have the fire arrows. Could you use a bow?
Fire.
She kind of disgruntled. She comes over and she accepts the bow and arrows. Are you giving these to me?
I mean, I don't use a bow. Do you? Do you use a bow? I
I
don't
could
use
learn. I could learn how to use a bow, and
Yeah.
she accepts it.
You get a short bow and 20 fire arrows. And you
Nice.
just see him. He's like throwing all these coins into a pouch. I'm only here for the money. This is quite nice. Hefty kind of jingles it up and down. Hefty pouch here.
Oh, whoops, that's not what I meant to do.
All of you.
Actually, yeah, that's totally what she meant to do. She takes the bow, she takes one of the arrows, and goes
Yeah.
ping.
Yeah, just like shoots one at the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you like put the arrow in, you draw it back on the bow. The moment you release your fingers, the front of the arrowhead just engulfs in flame, and just hits the wall. And you see like the fire, like it doesn't explode on impact. The arrow does, however. It just splinters all over the place. But the fire just lingers for like half of a moment on the wall, and then quickly flutters out.
Okay, that's pretty fantastic.
He's Talon. Whoa! Found myself a nice piece of armor. Would you mind? I'll catch up in a I don't like to change in front of others. It's not in good form. You don't want to see what's going on down here. I'll catch up in a moment. Let me put this new armor on. He's like holding like a just kind of dangling pieces of leather and straps. You guys just gonna stay there and watch, or do you want to leave?
Do you want us to leave?
What's up?
You want us to leave the room, or?
I don't very much like changing in front of other people, especially pretty
it's okay.
ladies
Gotho
I've
doesn't mind.
met for the first. Oh, okay, Gotho.
Gotho looks down at the fact that he's essentially wearing nothing. Well, he's wearing Jody's cloak like a cape now,
and the eight,
and then torn shirts.
The 8 torn shirts as a small, yeah.
And that's it. So and then he just kind of looks back up at Talon and then shrugs.
Oh, don't look. Okay. And then he just like quickly like kind of uncomfortably shoots you a glance and takes him like a couple minutes. Just, the straps, they're old and moldy.
Gotho's maintaining direct eye contact.
Don't look. It's You can see his body is like completely bare, by the way, except for the one like tattoo on his shoulder, very visibly of the mark of the claw with the 2 curved daggers up around a longer like looking broadsword. The same mark that you had seen on the note that you found on the assassins. It looks old and faded. Roll me a perception check really quick, Flora.
Okay.
You can't tell much else about it. Just old and faded. He quickly takes a couple moments, straps, just pulls one, and the other one. Oh, this is. Oh, is your warhammer musty? It's wet. Ooh, this is wet. Ah.
Gotho's looking at the hammer to see if there's anything out of the ordinary.
Yes.
When he says that,
it's like a really intricate hammer. It's steel. The hilt, both wood and leather wrapped around it, with steel going up the top of it. Some intricate carvings on it. Almost glints like it's silver, but it's very clearly steel to you. But it's not wet or musty or damp at all. Well, should probably carry on, yes?
Mm-hmm. We should go.
Yes.
Are there any other, like, where he's picking up that armor from, is there any other articles of clothing or anything on the ground?
There's like a dented breastplate, the small helmet that he had earlier that couldn't even fit him. There's a couple pieces of coin, but no, like maybe 1 or 2, like, shirts that look kind of damp and wet and from being left out in the cave for so long.
Okay. Gotha was kind of checking to see if there's anything like a robe or like long loose clothing he could make as a makeshift outfit for himself, because he's aware that he looks weird. Even though it doesn't bother him, but he's aware that other people have been looking at him, so he's like looking for clothes to blend in, but it doesn't sound like any of that stuff will work. So he just kind of shrugs and he points at the money on the ground and says, "Aura, should we take?"
Yes, we should. She kneels down and starts collecting all the coins.
Okay. Just roll me a quick investigation to see if you can find like all of the coins. You just start to pick them up. Glinting silver. It's kind of like easy to see a lot of them, but there's not a lot of light coming off of the lantern. It's kind of dark already. You pick up roughly about 250 silver coins.
Nice.
And over on the other side, where the dented and battered armor was, you find like a couple of gold coins. Some of them are like completely flattened, so you just kind of immediately discard those. They're not really worth. Defamed currency isn't really worth anything. You find about 10 gold coins as well. There could be more, but you're not really going to be bothered to check for all of it. So, and Talon just kind of still. He looks like really uncomfortable, like he's like fidgeting and twitching every moment. Was that a spider? Oh, that's a droplet. Cave is wet. Let's go set up your trap, Gotho. Get out of this cavern. You coming with Fora?
Gotho's trap.
Gotho's
trap
yes.
may not matter now that Fora has fire arrows.
What? Wouldn't hurt. Could still help. Yes. You see now the...
Gotho's picking up the magic chest.
Okay. Just
And
taking
he's
it with
carrying
you?
it with him.
Okay, you're just taking it with you? All right. And just another thing to move on the map. Do you want to go back to, like, just for brevity's sake, do you want to go back to, like, where that crack was in the floor?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just backtracking
All right,
there.
we'll just move all the way over there. Really. Whoa! Don't make it bigger. Don't make it bigger. All right, there we go. Fora, are you moving with or?
Yes.
Okay.
Is she not moving?
No, you're not moving her.
Oh,
There you go. Fora kind of
Not
lagging
sure why
behind.
it's freezing. Oh, hang on, I'm coming. Okay, sorry about that. Oof. I don't know what I was doing. She like sprints there.
Moving the chest with Gotho. I'm just gonna.
Hey, I
put,
can put a little ninja icon on my face.
I'm just
when
gonna
sneaking.
put the chest over there for now, just so it's easier to move everybody. As you guys come to kind of a large open cavern. You don't hear anything. No people. The footsteps here, very, very, like in this direction, very apparent, as if there was a small ring formed. And it looks, small bits of blood. Looks like a large scuffle went down. There's small pockmarks of like burns and a couple torches on the ground. And not much else. As you go down below, you see like yet another like smaller like cavern in the ground, or hole in the ground, should I say? That was kind of reminiscent of up above, but much smaller this time. And Fora, roll me a perception check, just because you're the one that's right out in front there. Okay. Okay. Gotho, as you come up, roll me a perception check as well. Be crazy if Gotho rolls better than Fora. Oh, all right. Nothing.
Actually, I've been consistently rolling pretty well on perception. This is like the first bad one I've had in a while.
This Talon kind of joins you. This is up here. Can you hear that? This is where looks like there's a scuffle.
Hear
here.
what?
The breathing, the snoring. The breathing. You not hear it? It's disgustingly loud. It's coming from over there. Somewhere over there. That's all I can do.
There, he says as he points with a giant purple finger.
I had to.
Realizes
I can't do it for the viewers because it takes away all the cool lighting. But he's pointing that way.
Gotho's listening more carefully now that he's pointed it out.
Okay, give me a perception check with advantage then, to both of you. Okay, Fora, you kind of strain. You hear like a small, and you Gotho with that nat 20. You hear the same. You hear like a deep and heavy breathing. And from somewhere else, a bit off to the left, you hear just a small, faint cry. Just, help! 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 And then the breathing stops.